Hello, my loves. What's going on? Happy full moon. It is October 1st. It is officially autumn. It is officially the season of the witch. This is by far my absolute favorite time of the year. I've literally been waiting for this time of the year since last year. If you can agree with me, hit the like button and comment down below. I am here in beautiful Temesco Canyon Trail, right off of Will Rogers State Beach here in Pacific Palisades, and I decided that I wanted to come out and connect with nature. We are in the time where the veil is very thin. You are able to connect and sense and feel, really dive in deeper into your spiritual practices, and that's what we're going to be talking about today. If you are new to my channel, my name is Jasmine Atten, Mystic at the Crossroads. My channel is dedicated to helping you on your spiritual path, on your journey, and manifesting a life that you completely love through the use of candle magic and other spiritual tools. If you're a returning subscriber, thank you so much. I am honored to be here with you, and welcome back. So, today's video, we are going to be talking about the 5 signs that you are on the right spiritual path. This is a question that I get absolutely, I almost want to say 98% of the time during my consultations or readings that I do. People want to know, am I on the right path? How do I know? Should I continue in the direction I'm going? Should I switch? Is this really right for me? So I'm going to go over some very simple telltale signs to help answer that question for you. First and foremost, the way that you know that you're on the right spiritual path is things in your life start to shift and start to change. This change kind of happens with you and without you. What I mean by that is you actually doing things to create the change, and change just sort of happening around you, and you're just kind of forced or pushed or ride in on that flow of energy. A saying that I always love to refer back to is, if you don't make a decision, one will be made for you. And there's a lot of truth to that statement, and it's the same in your spiritual practice, your spiritual awareness, your spiritual self, your spiritual sense. So if you notice things like your habits are starting to change, maybe you are getting rid of habits or behaviors that were no longer serving you, that weren't very positive for you, that were maybe toxic. Maybe you're picking up better habits. This could be anything from better eating habits, more self-awareness habits, more self-care habits, whatever that looks like, okay? You may be noticing a change in the people around you. This is friends, family, relationships, work environments, anything or anyone who may not be in alignment with where you are elevating and going and on the positive track for your life will slowly start to disappear. That may be a change that you make where you pull away from certain people, or they start to pull away from you. However it happens, you notice, hey, wait a minute, people around me, those that I used to associate with, are no longer in my life. And let me just tell you, that is okay. It is necessary for your spiritual growth. And when people leave you, let them go. Another thing you may notice is a heightened sense of your intuition, your knowing, your psychic abilities, your feelings. You know things, you feel things, you sense things before they happen. It's almost as if you're feeling your old self kind of shedding away. There's a part of you that may be evolving. Some people describe this as feeling like the old part of themselves is dying, or ego death, or you literally feel like you are shedding and you're coming out of your cocoon and you're blossoming into something else and you're turning into something else, and you're okay with it. You're letting it go. You're not even trying to forcefully hold on to it, and even if you try to, it's going to happen anyway, but you are letting it go and you are moving on. That is a very clear sign that you are on the right spiritual path. The next thing is things just start to line up for you. Things that you want, that you need, that you think about start to manifest. So maybe you get that job, you get that house, you get that apartment, you get that money, you get that engagement ring, you whatever it is. Or the opposite can happen. The things that you don't want to happen start happening also. That's why it's very important to pay attention and be cognizant to the things that you are thinking about in your vibrational energy. But we'll get into that a little bit more in this series in a later video. But things start lining up for you, and whether they are what you want, or maybe they are not what you want, or they are not what you know that you want or need at the time, the end result is always beneficial to you. Whether you got there easily or if it was a kind of a rough ride, at the end, the results are always going to be beneficial. So, very clear sign that you are on the right spiritual path. The next thing is you are hungry for more knowledge. You are seeking it. You are researching. You are looking. You are studying. The more you get, the more you want. It's like it's feeding your soul. You know that maybe what you were brought up in traditionally, or the things that you were taught culturally, felt like there's still more to it, and the more you get, the more you want, and it feels good and it feels satisfying, and you're eager to learn. You want to research, you want to know these things, you want to understand what it is, whatever type of spiritual journey you're on, whether it's magic, whether it's shamanism, whatever it is. It's just like you crave it. You can't wait to get home from work so you can touch your crystals, or watch the YouTube videos, or read that book that you got, or even just go out into nature like I am today. That's how you know that you're on the spiritual path. The next thing, believe it or not, which is a very clear sign, is that obstacles in your life will present themselves. I know, like what? No, when you're on a spiritual journey, all your problems don't go away. Things just don't overnight turn around. Life is going to happen. Obstacles are going to happen, and that's okay. We welcome those. Those are necessary for our growth. However, when you're on the right spiritual path, you have a better sense of how to handle those things, those situations that occur in your life. And if you guys see me looking down a lot, I'm trying to keep to my notes so I don't go on and on and on forever. But you know, there is a sense of, okay, this has shown up and I need to do something about it. You will, one, not necessarily have the same amount of fear, worry, or anxiety, or run from the obstacles. Maybe that's a way that you used to handle things in life, feeling helpless, hopeless, not knowing what to do, just, oh my God, just lay down and just let it run over me. No, but now you're feeling that, you know what, I'm going to go ahead and deal with this. I'm going to address it. I'm going to go within. Maybe that's go to your altar. Maybe that's doing a ritual. Maybe that's burning a candle. Maybe that's doing some healing. Maybe that's taking a spiritual bath. Maybe that's writing out a petition and burning it. Maybe that's just connecting to the ocean. Maybe that's calling on your loved ones that passed away. Maybe that's just saying a prayer. Whatever that looks like, whatever that obstacle is, you are going to handle it, and you are going to know that you're going to use your spiritual, you're going to go within spiritually and use that energy to address whatever that obstacle is, and it will be resolved. Okay. The next clear sign that you are on the right spiritual path is pretty common. I hear this a lot. We all know this. You start seeing synchronicities. Synchronicities show up in what they call angel numbers. They show up through music, signs. Maybe you see something on the television, you hear something. Maybe someone just flat out comes up and tells you. Maybe people around you tell you. Maybe you overhear a conversation that you kind of like, that sounded like that applies to my life, or that applies to me. That's how you know you're on the right spiritual path. It can also show up in dreams. It can show up in premonitions. It can show up in animals being around you. Maybe you're noticing a certain insect or a certain bird or whatever it is. It will show up, and it will show up so many times that you'll be like, okay, wait a minute, I'm seeing this a lot. That's how you know you're on the right spiritual path. And then the last thing is a sense of peace and awareness, a sense of it resonating, knowing that this feels right, knowing that what you're studying, what you're learning, feeling like that missing piece of the puzzle that you couldn't seem to figure out for all these years, what it was, that fulfillment, it feels right. It sits well, knowing that you were on a journey of self-discovery and proactively creating the reality and life that you want for yourself and for your loved ones. That's how you know you're on the right spiritual journey. And your bonus tip I'm gonna leave you with is you came across this video, of course. If you stumbled across this video, then you can rest assured that you are on the right spiritual journey. That's why you're doing the research, or maybe this just showed up in your YouTube or Facebook feed. You are on the right path. And if there is a question about should you start studying, should you start looking into spirituality, is this the time for you, then let me tell you and use this video as your sign, synchronicity, and answer. Yes. Okay. All right, my loves, that is my 7 signs to know that you are on the right spiritual path. I hope this has been helpful. Please leave a like on this video, leave a comment below. Did I miss anything? Do you have anything to add to this content? Each one, teach one. I would love to hear from you guys. I love reading your comments. Be sure to subscribe. Turn on the notifications. YouTube is doing this weird thing with algorithms now, and people like myself and other content creators and those of us that are trying to raise the vibration are not being circulated through the community as we used to. So it will help my channel. It will help other people just like you who are on the journey and just want to live a happy and healthy life. Until next time, my loves, be well, and I will talk to you guys soon. If you stumbled across this video, then you can rest assured that you are on the right spiritual journey. That's why you're doing the research, or maybe this just showed up in your YouTube or Facebook feed. You are on the right path. And if there is a question about should you start studying, should you start looking into spirituality, is this the time for you, then let me tell you and use this video as your sign, synchronicity, and answer. Yes. Okay. All right, my loves, that is my 7 signs to know that you are on the right spiritual path. I hope this has been helpful. Please leave a like on this video, leave a comment below. Did I miss anything? Do you have anything to add to this content? Each one, teach one. I would love to hear from you guys. I love reading your comments. Be sure to subscribe. Turn on the notifications. YouTube is doing this weird thing with algorithms now, and people like myself and other content creators and those of us that are trying to raise the vibration are not being circulated through the community as we used to. So it will help my channel. It will help other people just like you who are on the journey and just want to live a happy and healthy life. Until next time, my loves, be well, and I will talk to you guys soon.